All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music and a real fist fight, an onstage brouhaha, ha ha ha, doing it in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. And it involves one of my favorite all-time bands. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not Neil Sean and Jonathan Cain, and they're not one of my all-time favorite bands. All right. Here's a band that's really cool. I don't know if they're one of my all-time favorites, but definitely good. The band FM, which I think stands for frequency modulation. And their album is called Old Habits Die Hard. And they do. And so these guys, they've been around since like the 1980s. They get absolutely zero respect here in the United States. They are from the UK. Please don't hold that against them. They are really good. I love the UK. By the way, a lot of people sending me coffee from the UK, which is really cool to know that I have people, maybe the Eric Clapton thing, but I have people in the UK that are watching this channel. Now I need about 10,000 more people watching every video. But thank you. Thank you for the coffee. That makes up for some of the monetary censorship that's going on. All right, so here's the story from Boston last night. Apparently, things were crazy in Boston. Jane's Addiction concert ends abruptly after Perry Farrell punches Dave Navarro on stage. So these guys just get back together again. And, maybe they just don't like each other. Maybe that's why they weren't together before. As video of the show revealed during a performance of the song Ocean Size, Perry Farrell became agitated for an unclear reason. I don't want to speculate as to why he got angry. He walked toward Dave Navarro and rammed his shoulder into the guitarist's back. An aggressive and still angry, Farrell then continued to yell at the perplexed Navarro, with the singer ultimately landing a right hook to his longtime bandmate's shoulder. and the pictures and the video of this are not good. WTF, Navarro questioned as a crew band member held back Farrell, so he had no idea. When the singer attempted to sidestep the crew member and blitz Navarro again, two more crew members and even bassist Eric Avery ran over to restrain Farrell and whisk him backstage. Navarro finally left the stage as well, and the concert ended after 11 songs. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Navarro has left the building, and so has Farrell, which is 3 or 4 songs less than a typical show so far. So if you're a Jane's Addiction fan, by the way, I never got addicted to Jane's Addiction. Didn't happen for me. I know it happened for some people in this audience, just not my cup of coffee, right? It's just not my thing. But hey, if you like them, I understand why you like. Aren't they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Or were they nominated? I think they were not at least nominated, and they may have gotten in. According to Variety, whatever happened between the bandmates on stage in Boston has been simmering since the Core 4 lineup's first tour together in 14 years, launched back in August. At previous stops, Farrell's long-winded bantering with the crowd has made Navarro visibly frustrated on stage. Variety also notes that several concert reviews mention that Farrell consumed a bottle of red wine on stage during the performance. See, I was going to speculate if there might be some substance abuse issues. A bottle of wine, bottle of red, bottle of white, bottle of rosé every night. Sorry, I got to stop doing this. However, none of the early incidents, including a pair of troubled New York shows early in the week, presaged or prefaced what happened in Boston. Jambase reported that the issue began during Mountain Song, with Farrell yelling at Navarro. The bickering continued through the next song, 3 days, and culminated with the Ocean Size Punch. I like that, the Ocean Size Punch. Jane's Addiction has not yet commented on the confrontation, And Avery's Instagram, which has frequently posted while the band's been on the road, hasn't mentioned the incident either. However, Farrell's wife, Etty, Etty, wrote a long explainer on social media that broke down the situation. Rather than speculating, I thought to post a first person account of what happened. Who? Harry Farrell and Dave Navarro. How? Clearly, there had been a lot of tension and animosity between the members. The magic that made the band so dynamic, well, the dynamite was lit. Perry got up in Dave's face and body checked him. In Boston, you would expect a body check, right? The big bad Bruins. Perry's frustration had been mounting night after night. He felt that the stage volume had been extremely loud and his voice was being drowned out by the band. Well, there you go. Perry had been suffering from tinnitus or tinnitus, depending on how you say it, and a sore throat every night. But when the audience in the first row started complaining up to Perry, cussing at him that the band was playing too loud and that they couldn't hear him, Perry just lost it. So it was a fan that instigated everything. The band started the song Ocean before Perry was ready and did the count off. The stage volume was so loud at that point that Perry couldn't hear past the boom and the vibration of the instruments. And by the end of the song, he wasn't singing. He was just screaming. He needed to scream just to be heard. So who won the fight? Well, Eric Avery, of course, while Dave was keeping Perry at arm's length to be de-escalating the situation. Dan rushed over to de-escalate as well by holding Perry back. Dave walked away to take his guitar off. Eric walked up to Perry upstage in the dark behind Dan, put Perry in a headlock and punched him in the stomach 3 times. Wow. Kevin, the crew member with long hair, pulled Eric away. Then Eric nonchalantly walked off to the front of the stage to apologize to the audience for the show ending early. What was the aftermath? Dave still looked handsome and cool in the middle of a fight. Perry was a crazed beast for the next half an hour. He finally did calm down, but did break down and cried. Eric, well, he either didn't understand what de-escalation meant or took advantage of the situation and got in a few cheap shots on Perry. That is my first person account narrative of what happened. Take a look at the video yourself. So, man, so maybe Jane's Addiction might not want to keep going. I know there are lots of people that like this band. I've got no interest in this band. I've got no dogs in this whatever. Okay, this race, this hunt. I've none, 0. But for some people, this is a big deal. If you're a fan of Jane's Addiction, you might want to buy tickets if they continue to tour just to see if a fight will break out again. My guess is if these guys don't figure this out, they're going to be fighting every night, and you're going to get 11 songs instead of 15. So that's my report on Jane's Addiction, brought to you by this band here, FM. After you hear Jane's Addiction, then you can go clear or cleanse your musical palette with some good old-fashioned melodic rock. Old habits die hard. Apparently, this is why Jane's Addiction stopped touring, because apparently old habits die hard and old fights, they keep going. All right, folks, please support this channel against all the monetary censorship going on. If you can help me out, Patreon, YouTube, and buy me a coffee. And yes, I am very fortunate to be here. God has put me here for such a time as this. I have no idea what kind of a time this is other than a very tumultuous time, but we're in it together. We've got each other. We've got God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit. So 3 is better than 1. So let's just look at it that way. And I will talk to you all soon.